So I had a little bit of a crazy idea. I wanted to take a solo trip to Rio de Janeiro for the weekend, a place where I knew nobody and spoke absolutely zero Portuguese. I was warned by many that Rio is not a safe place to travel, especially alone. Before this trip to Brazil, I had a whole list of things I wanted to do, places I wanted to see, experiences I wanted to try, and honestly, I was really excited to check every single one of them off. I had everything planned out, but once I got there, the weather had other plans. Rain started changing the schedule, plans got canceled, and suddenly the trip wasn't going the way I expected. During this process, I realized something. The best part of traveling isn't always the things you do or the places you check off a list. It's the people you meet along the way. And even though this trip didn't go exactly how I planned, it turned into something even more meaningful than I expected. I was met with extreme kindness and hospitality on this journey. It's a trip I won't soon forget. So here's a story about the beauty of Rio and how I met a new friend named Vinny. Welcome to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Because of a connection from a friend of a friend, I actually am getting connected with a local here named Vinny. He speaks English fluently, which is awesome, and he's also gonna drive me around while I am here in Brazil. So that's gonna be an awesome connection, and I'm excited to get to know a little bit more about him as well. So we are currently driving up to this hike, but it is this narrow one-lane road up a mountain basically. And so we're having to wait our turn. There's not a car at the moment, but we have to go up over there. Today we are at Pedra Bonita here in Rio de Janeiro. We were gonna do Pedra da Gávea this morning, but it was pretty rainy, pretty wet. It's a pretty slick trail when it gets wet and really dangerous, so we decided to do this trail as well. It will actually look over Pedra da Gávea, so it should be pretty cool. Apparently there's a lot of mosquitoes on this trail though, and I was not prepared for that, so thankfully my guy Vinny here, he had these sleeves, so hopefully that helps, but my legs they're just gonna be out of luck. So I'm here today with Vinny, who is my new friend and also my tour guide here in Brazil. So we should have a lot of fun here on this trail today. Okay, so one thing we're looking out for on this trail is apparently there's a lot of, I believe it's called micos, which are small monkeys that are in this jungle area here. So I'd like to see some, hopefully. Did I pronounce that right, Vinny? Is it micos?
You can look at some jaca, that fruit over there on the tree, you see? Those two big ones.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Those are called jaca.
Jaca.
Yeah.
And what are those exactly? Just a fruit?
Yeah, it's a fruit. Out of Brazil, they're very expensive.
Okay. So literally about 5 seconds after I was talking about the mico, we saw one, which was pretty cool. But also going back to the jaca, did I say that right? Jaca. Apparently it's an expensive fruit. So what I'm thinking is I'll get some off the tree and sell it, and it'll pay for my whole trip to Brazil. So I don't know, is that an okay idea?
It is.
One of the most fun things about being in Brazil is you're just hiking and then you look over and you can just say, that's the Christ, because Christ Redeemer is in the background.
Yeah. It's amazing. So hey there, here we have São Conrado. There, the first beach is Leblon. Then we have Ipanema. Right there we have the Forte of Copacabana, and all the way there you can see Copacabana. We have Lagoa Rodrigo de Freitas, where people usually run. There we have the Christ, and on the opposite side we have Barra da Tijuca. Then the Praia da Reserva, which is between Barra and Recreio, And we have a Recreio there. And then Pontal. You can see basically most of Rio here. Oh, and that's Pedra da Gávea, which unfortunately we weren't able to go today, but maybe Monday. That's the challenge.
Although, how does your fiance feel about that?
She might have prayed for it to rain, and thus resulting in us not being able to climb. So she is glad we're not there.
We got to the top here. Honestly, pretty easy hike, incredible views of Rio, and most importantly, Vinny's fiance is not going to kill him for doing this hike. So we got wins all around.
That's a very important thing.
I know, right? Something kind of cool about this hike is it starts and ends at this little cafe called Café de Pedra. Is that, I probably butchered that, but a little coffee shop with some food here. So if you do this hike of Pedra Bonita, there is this coffee shop and food and snacks at the beginning/end if you want to enjoy in that. So we now are walking over to this area. It's in the parking lot of Pedra Bonita, but you just walk up a little bit further and there's actually this launching point where there's kind of like this wood plank of some sort, if you will, and people run and jump off and go paragliding, and then they just go around and they end up landing on the beach over there. But you get some pretty cool views of Sugarloaf over there, the Atlantic Ocean there, so pretty cool place to go paragliding. But I'm not doing that today. So me and Vinny finished our hike and now we are going to get some lunch. But while we're driving there, Vinny, I have some questions for you. What do you think is the best part about living in Rio de Janeiro?
Having this contrast of buildings, malls, but also very close to the nature, being able to go hike and look at the Christ and go back and go into a mall. There's variety of things that you can do. I really enjoy that.
You like this traffic? Sorry we missed it, but this car just was cutting this other car off, so it was great.
Yeah, we have lots of bad drivers.
What would you say, something unique to either Brazil or Rio, like as it relates to y'all's culture, that you really, really appreciate?
I think the people, you could say that. If you can relate to someone in only just one thing, maybe it's a coffee or books or even the beach or a song, you kind of get to be their best friend. People just open up to you, you get to share lots of things, they help you out. That's something I really like about people. So I'm really into coffee, so when I get to know people from this coffee environment, it's like we're friends a long time already.
All right, so me and Vinny have continued driving around Rio today. He's taking me to some cool overlooks and points, but we've just also had a lot of time to talk and just kind of talking about what it's actually like living in a country like Brazil. So we were talking about this. Vinny, what is like the average income in Brazil?
Yeah, it's around 3,500 monthly, which would give us 36 to 40,000 reais by the end of the year, and that translates to $8,000 yearly.
Yeah, so that's like $8,000 USD would be like the average income. And what's pretty crazy to me is the places we've ate at here so far, the meals and things like that, they're still like $12-15 per person USD. So I mean, it's not like the food is crazy cheap or anything like that. So it's truly like perspective shifting when you hear that the average income of a Brazilian is about $8,000 per year in USD.
1% of the population earns above 20,000 reais.
So 20,000 reais per month, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, per month.
So that would be USD, what is that?
$240,000.
Okay, so that would be like in USD, that would be doing math on the fly right now.
240,000 reais, yeah, in dollars that would be
50,000? Around 50, I think.
50.
50 to 60.
Yeah, 50 to
I think 50 to 60. We're doing math on the fly here, and conversions and all sorts of things. But so you said 1% of the people earn roughly $50,000 to $60,000 USD per year, which is crazy because that is less than the average in America. So definitely gives you perspective of a different culture for sure.
It does.
Okay, so we got Christ the Redeemer right behind us, or the Christ as the locals say. Honest reactions, it's really cool, but also it's really crowded. So just be prepared for how crowded it is, because there is people everywhere, and everyone's trying to get the exact same photo. So honestly, that helicopter over there, that's probably the way you want to do it, because you can see it without a million other people taking a selfie or photo in front of you. And I'm one of those people, so I'm part of the problem here. So there's currently a marriage happening beneath the Christ, in the chapel beneath him. And I've always wanted to show up to a wedding and object just for fun. So I feel like this would be the opportune time to do it. So we'll see if I do. All right, so I want to get a quick shout out to my guy Vinny, because man, I didn't realize how valuable he was until he left me for the night, and all chaos just broke free here for me. I get into my hotel room and I can't figure out how to power on the lights, because I guess there's a specific place you have to put the key in order to power the whole room. And so I couldn't figure that out at first. And then I realized that I don't have a proper adapter to charge my phone, which is dying. And so I had to go down and talk to the front desk person, who gave me not the best direction on where I can go to buy an adapter that would work. And so finally, after a while, I find the place. They speak no English. They're just looking at me like I'm crazy because I don't know Portuguese. So I got to get out my Translate app, and then we're trying to do that. And it was a whole ordeal. And I realized even more. I thought I knew how much I appreciate Vinny's help today and for this time while I'm in Brazil. But man, it was even more valuable than I realized. So Vinny, you're the real MVP. All right, so we are here in, is it Recreio? Recreio Beach, and we are getting some Brazilian acai bowls here right on the beach. Brazilian acai is supposed to be the best of the best, so we'll see how good this is. It's pretty good. So it's like this fruit. I would almost describe it like almost like a jello-y type thing, and then there's like this kind of like peanuts that are crumbled over it. There's like honey in it, so it's really good. Definitely different than what you would think of as acai in America. A lot different actually, but this is really, really good.
Sourdough bread.
So we are here at this bakery right now, and I was told I need to try this like cheesy bread stuff. What's the actual name? Because I cannot say it.
Pão de queijo.
Okay, so that cheesy bread we have right here, and this is like a Brazilian staple, I guess you'd say.
It's a bread, but it's transformed into a ball and made with cheese.
Cool. All right, let's see how it is. It's pretty good. It's kind of like, I guess I don't even know what to describe it like, but it's pretty good. I'd recommend. Okay, so today I am going to be climbing the Sugarloaf Mountain. It's in the background behind me. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of a hike where we're kind of walking around the base of it to get to the backside of Sugarloaf Mountain. And then we're actually going to climb up it, and it's going to involve some harnesses, some ropes, and some legit rock climbing for at least a small portion of it. So that should be pretty exciting. And then if you can see that cable tram in the background, we're going to take the tram down. So we're going to hike slash climb up and then take the tram down. So it should be pretty fun. Okay, so we were gonna do the Sugarloaf Mountain Trail, and we actually have our guide over here. This is Dennis. But so Dennis was gonna guide us up, but it's been raining pretty good and the rocks are really slick. And according to Dennis, it would be a very, very bad idea.
It would be sketchy. It wouldn't be worth it.
And so we value our lives. So we're not gonna do it today. Maybe tomorrow if the weather clears up. But I think we're gonna do a different hike instead. What is it called? The
Urca Trail.
Urca Trail. Okay, so I think we're gonna do that. Hopefully we get some cool views. Assuming we don't die on this one, should be a pretty good time. So. All right, so as I've learned while we've been hiking through this forest, since we're not gonna be doing the Sugarloaf climb, Dennis here, he knows all about rock climbing. He's climbed. Yeah, he's climbed all over. He has friends who climb with Alex Honnold, so I mean, he's in a group of people that climb a lot. But what I learned was Rio is actually did you say kind of like the best rock climbing in all of Brazil?
Yeah, like you can't find whatever, like this geography and this space you don't have anywhere else in Brazil, so kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, if you want to rock climb, you should definitely try it in Rio because there's a ton of options, a ton of routes, and it's so pretty here. Like you're overlooking the bay and the ocean, I guess in probably some of the parts, but yeah, anyways, if you're into rock climbing, Rio is your place to go to. Dennis is very fascinated by nature and this mushroom, and he has to get the perfect photo of it, so he's maneuvering the branches around so he can get the perfect photo.
Get some depth, basically.
Dennis was just talking about his weight, and he was telling me it in kilos, and I have no idea what kilos are because, you know, I'm American and we don't understand the metric system. But he then made the comment, yeah, sorry, I don't know what that is in freedom units.
Exactly. I know I weigh 95, I just don't know how much it is in freedom units.
So I'm going to steal that, and I'm going to start calling the metric system freedom units. I love that. Okay, so ultimately we decided the Urca Trail, I'm probably not pronouncing that right because I can't say my R's because they sound like H's but not, I don't know, it's confusing. And Vinny just keeps laughing at me anytime I try and do it. But we decided not to do the Urca Trail because honestly we've already kind of seen that general view about 3 or 4 different times. So we're just going to head back to where we came from, and I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of today because the Sugarloaf hike slash climb was supposed to be like a 4-hour deal. So we are gonna pivot and try and figure something else out. I am here at For Fly Rio de Janeiro, and I'm going to do a helicopter tour around the city, around Christ the Redeemer, see a bunch of the scenic sites of Rio de Janeiro, and I am so excited about this. What's even cooler is this helicopter ride isn't just a normal one, it's a helicopter ride with the doors off, which is going to be incredible. So this will be an awesome first-time experience. Wow, that was absolutely insane. It was incredible. That was honestly one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. I'm not just saying that either. Honestly, that is a much, much, much better way to go see Christ the Redeemer. If you are in Rio de Janeiro, I highly, highly recommend doing a helicopter tour of the city. That was maybe my favorite thing I've done here in Brazil, which is saying a lot because I've done a lot of really cool and fun things. I shopped around a little bit on pricing, and this 4-fly RJ Rio de Janeiro was the best price I found. I would say most of the places I was looking with the doors off option was gonna be USD about $350 to $400, but this one was only $240, and it was an absolute blast. Highly, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. So the last couple days, Vinny has been with me basically the entire day, which has been awesome getting to know him. He's been translating, it's been amazing. But today he's had to work, so I've been by myself pretty much all day. But he is taking me to the airport right now, so it'll be the last time we get to spend some time together before I fly back home. But it's been really, really awesome getting to know him. So Vinny is taking me right now to the airport. So sadly, this is our last time together until you come visit me in America.
Yes.
And I will drive you all around Fort Worth like you've driven me all around Rio. But it's been a really awesome time. It's been really cool to get to know him. One thing that really impresses me about Vinny is he knows all of the languages. I mean, not all of them, but okay, so you're fluent in Portuguese,
yes.
You're fluent in English, you know a good amount of Spanish, like you could definitely get by.
Yeah, you could say that.
He's in the process of learning German.
Yeah, ich lerne Deutsch.
Yeah, I don't know what he said, but hopefully good things. He knows some French. He took French classes at one point, and he wants to learn more. What other languages? Any?
Well, a few words of Italian.
Okay, so
it sounds pretty.
Yeah. So there's another. So I'm thoroughly impressed as an American who knows English and very, 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 very basic Spanish. I'm very impressed with the amount of languages that he knows. I actually think one of the funny things is Vinny will say a name of a area or town in Rio de Janeiro, and then I'll try and say it,
yes.
And I completely butcher it, and he's just laughing. Let me try and say.
Try Baja.
Okay, Baja.
Baja, yeah.
Baja.
You've gotten better.
Yeah, it was really bad at first.
Next one, Urca.
Urca. Yeah, I probably messed that up too, but I'm still trying. It's a learning curve still.
But Baja, that was perfect.
Awesome. I did it once, and it's on video forever. Vinny, so you told me this the other day, but what is your current dream that you have? So he's engaged. He's about to get married. Congratulations. But what is that current dream that you were telling me about?
Well, our dream is to move to Recreo, but also, I mean, this is like the short-term dream, but our long-term dream is to move to Germany because my sister-in-law lives there and my fiance just loves her, and her dream, which became my dream as well, is for us to live there with them. So our dream is to actually save money and for her to get a job and for us to move to Germany and create our family there.
So if you're planning on coming to Rio and you need a driver, I will recommend Vinny to you. And he's so nice that he's probably not going to charge you enough. And so I'll just 5X whatever he tells you. And then it will help him save for him and his fiance once they get married to have the ability to move to Germany.
I really appreciate that.
We are at the airport, and sadly, I have to say bye to what I now know as a friend. So, Vinny, come visit me. Hopefully I can come back at some point, but it's been awesome. My Brazil trip wasn't exactly what I planned, but it ended up giving me something better. This is a reminder that travel isn't just about destinations. It's about people and cultures. So go somewhere new, talk to people, step outside your comfort zone, perhaps be audacious and travel halfway across the world in a weekend like I did. Either way, sometimes the best adventures start where the plans end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.